please remain standing for the national anthem. You may be seated.
Let us pray. Our Lord God, we thank you for Georgia Southwestern State University and its continued commitment to prepare men and women to be leaders in our state, nation, and our world through intellectual discovery and the development of their character. We especially thank you for these men and women who have reached this glorious day of graduation. As they have worked diligently over the years, we thank you for being their strength in the rough patches, for being their foundation of their success, and being their all-sufficient grace day by day. You who have begun a good work in them have brought it to completion today. And you have a plan and a purpose for each one of them, a plan and purpose full of hope and grounded in the goodness of the mission of your kingdom. Lord God, for all the teachers and mentors, administrators, friends, and family who have been their encouragement and support through the years, we give you thanks and praise. And now as they go forward into the world, may they be men and women of kindness, mercy, and compassion. We pray in the name of the one who was and is and always will be, the one who came into our world to give light, joy, and peace. Amen.
On behalf of the fall class of 2017, the faculty, the students, and the alumni, I would like to welcome all of you to the commencement exercises at Georgia Southwestern State University. Thank you, Dr. Meganson and our choir for the national anthem, Reverend Bazell. Thank you for our invocation. My name is Neil Weaver. I'm the president here at Georgia Southwestern. And in case you're wondering, this is my first commencement exercise as the president of Georgia Southwestern. So not only is this an exciting day for all of you, it's a very exciting day for me. And I thank you for allowing me to be a part of it and for allowing me to move into this institution and become a part of the community. So thank you for welcoming me this semester. Those of us who work here understand that a college campus is a wonderful place. There are many special and exciting days. We get to enjoy the art shows and the plays, the games and the opening night concerts. But twice each year, we come together to celebrate the most important and exciting event, commencement. Georgia Southwestern's campus is full of extraordinary men and women, and we cherish our unique position from which we can watch you grow, develop, both in knowledge and in maturity. And because of this, we take tremendous pride from your successes, and we take great pride in your accomplishments. As faculty and administrators, we may occasionally grumble about the robes that we wear or the silly hats that accompany this event, but when we hear your name called, and when we see the smiles on your families' faces, and hear the shouts and the cheering from the crowd, we remember why we chose this profession. All of us at GSW are proud of you and proud for you. At this time, I would like to introduce the platform guests who are seated behind me. If you would all please hold your applause until all have been introduced, it will speed us along. Dr. Gay Hayes, the Vice President for Enrollment Management. Ms. Linda Lee Purvis, the Interim Vice President for Academic Affairs. Mr. Richard Arnold, the President of the GSW Alumni Association. Dr. Sam Miller, Vice President for Student Affairs. And Mr. Cody King, Vice President for Business and Finance. On the back row, we have Mrs. Krista Smith, the University Registrar. Dr. Samuel Daniel, the Dean of the School of Nursing. Dr. Rachel Abbott, Dean of the School of Education. Dr. Boris Peltzberger, the Dean of the School of Mathematics and Computing. Dr. Liz Wilson, Dean of the School of Business. And Dr. Kelly McCoy, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. And you have met Reverend Josh Bazell, the Director of the GSW Wesley Foundation. Please join me in recognizing these distinguished individuals. There are also some special guests with us today that I would like to introduce. The first is very special to me, and this is a very special day for her, and tomorrow we're celebrating. I get to do this because it's not very many times you get to tell everybody that your wife's birthday is tomorrow, and it's a very special birthday for her. And so this is her last day of this century in her life, and so we're very excited. But Christy Weaver, my wife, is here with us today. Barbara Porch, the wife of our speaker today, is here with us. Mr. Larry Comer, Life Trustee with the GSW Foundation. Mr. Mike Chokas, the 2nd Congressional District Representative for the State Board of Education. And representing the GSW Alumni Association with us today, Ms. Kathleen Tucker and Mr. Len Hicks. We thank you all for being with us today, and if you'd help me welcome them to campus. Yesterday, December 7th, is an important day in American history. It's a date that which will live in infamy, as we all know. It is a day that called to war an entire generation of men and women. Here at GSW and in Americus, December 7th took on an even more personal significance 1 year ago when our community lost police officers Jody Smith and Nick Smarr in the line of duty. Yesterday, we took a moment and we paused to recognize and remember all those men and women who served and gave their life. Today, I would like for us to take a moment to honor and to thank all of those who have served our country and are serving our country. So if you are currently or have served in the United States Armed Forces or are serving as a first responder in our community, would you please stand and let us recognize and thank you for your service? Thank you all very much. Graduates, today is your day. You are the stars of our show today. We know how hard you have worked to get to this point, and we know that you have, without a doubt, earned the recognition that you are about to receive. But that moment, when you get the urge to pat yourself on the back, is probably the moment you should take to think about and recognize all of those people who made sacrifices so you could be successful. No achievement comes without sacrifices, and many of you were able to attend Georgia Southwestern because of the sacrifices of others. And I know many of those people are with us today. They are excited for you and ready to celebrate with you. It might be your mom and dad or your grandparents. It could be your spouse and your children or your brothers and sisters or all of those people combined. But no matter who they are, I know from looking around this room that for each of you there is someone. So graduates, would you please join me in taking a moment to thank those who helped you along the path which has led you to this afternoon's ceremony. Thank you all. As you can see, there are also many members of the Georgia Southwestern faculty with us this afternoon. They are here to share this exciting moment with you. GSW's faculty is an outstanding group of professionals who take great pride in their work and in their students. A substantial percentage have earned their doctorates, and in many disciplines have brought Georgia Southwestern not only statewide, but also regional, national, and international recognition. They care a great deal about each and every student they teach, and it is their caring that is on display this afternoon. Students and guests, will you please join me in expressing our appreciation to the outstanding members of our faculty for their commitment to their students and to GSW. We are entering the gift-giving season. So if you are here today and not quite sure what a new graduate might need, let me suggest to you a lifetime membership in the GSW Alumni Association. Because today, graduates, you are joining a very distinguished group of individuals. You are Georgia Southwestern alumni, and that distinction and that designation will stay with you for the rest of your life. The value of your relationship and the connection with your alma mater will be up to you. But the best way to increase the value of your degree over time is to become an active member of the GSW Alumni Association. At Georgia Southwestern, we want to be your lifelong educational partner. So here to further explain the benefits of the association is the president of the GSW Alumni Association, Mr. Richard Arnold.
I think you stole my words. It is truly an honor to be able to welcome each of you, friends, faculty, here today. Your support has meant a lot in getting these graduates to this point. Welcome to all of you who are graduating and entering the ranks of GSW alumni. As a member of the graduating class of 1976 and the new alumni president of GSW, I want to welcome you into our GSW family, because that's what we truly are. We are a family. It is especially that way for me, because as a student, I made new friends and relationships that now, over 45 years later, are still growing. I pray that your experience at GSW was even better than mine, and you will continue to build on the foundation that was laid here. Never forget where you came from and the people who helped you achieve your dreams. Graduation from GSW is just another chapter in your book of life. What will the next chapter read like? With the Christmas season upon us, I'd like for you to think about the many blessings that others have been to you. You have the opportunity to be the same blessing to others. Take what you have learned here at GSW and use it to help others. I leave you with a quote from one of Sumter County's own, who was a successful lawyer and businessman, who left it all and founded Habitat for Humanity and the Fuller Center for Housing. Miller Fuller said, "It is not your blue blood, it is not your pedigree. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not even your college degree. It's what you do with your life that counts." I encourage each of you to be an influence, to make the world a better place, making it a better place through Georgia Southwestern State University. And what it means to you today, I hope it means as much to you tomorrow or 50 years from today. Use it for the betterment not only of yourself and your family, but of this institution, to which you now have the privilege of being part of our family. Again, welcome, and we do have a present for you, a word before you go, and it will be handed out later in the ceremony. Again, thank you on behalf of the Georgia Southwestern State alumni, and welcome.
Again, we want to thank Julie Meganson and our choir for wonderful music. Thank you all very much. It is my privilege and pleasure today to get to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Stephen Porch. A native of England, Stephen Porch left his beloved pub, gentlemanly cricket, and foul weather to move to America in 1974. His reason involved grad school, but more importantly, to wed the young woman he had met for 8 weeks teaching horseback riding at summer camp in New Hampshire. After earning a master's and a PhD in English from Penn State University, he joined the English faculty at the University of Wisconsin's smallest campus, a campus of just 300 students in 1976. 4 years later, at just the age of 29 years, he was made the head of the Wisconsin campus at Wausau. The administration of the Wisconsin University system undoubtedly decided he would be less trouble in that role. 5 years later, he became chancellor of 13 of the smaller campuses, and 3 years after that, the system provost for the 26 campuses in Wisconsin. In 1994, he traded the bitter Wisconsin winters for warmer and sunnier Georgia, becoming the 9th chancellor of the University System of Georgia. The 7.5 years he served were marked with progress, including partnerships with Governors Zell Miller and Roy Barnes, the Board of Regents, and the inspired work of faculty, staff, and students. These were the heady years of Hope Scholarships, the Olympics, the rising national reputations of the colleges and universities of Georgia. During this period, he was also named one of the 21 most influential voices in the academy. At the completion of a highly successful strategic plan for the university system, he followed his own long-term plan to change gears and careers, to play with his horses and his hounds, and become an Alabama catfish farmer. He also has formed his own business, using his years of wisdom and experience to advise over 100 universities and colleges, including, most recently, Georgia Southwestern State University. It is my pleasure to welcome to our campus and to commencement exercises Chancellor Emeritus Dr. Steve Porch.
Good afternoon. Well, as you heard, I'm from England, but you really didn't have to go to all that trouble to provide a good English rainy day for this commencement. A speaker at a commencement is a necessary evil. As someone once said, a speaker at commencement should be like a body at an Irish wake. Necessary for the party, but you don't expect him to say too much. In preparation for today, I asked a lot of recent graduates, who was their graduation speaker, and what was his or her message? Do you know what most of them replied? Can't remember who, but remember it was too long. So you can start the clock right now, because we're going to avoid that. My goal today is to be brief, to have you remember my name, and offer a couple of little bits of advice. First, that name thing. There's this apocryphal story about a young boy who lived in Americus, Georgia. And he was looking for a little extra money, and he was looking at nice houses, and you've got a lot of nice houses in Americus, and he happened on one he thought could really use some help, and he went and knocked on the door. Gentleman came to the door. He said, "Sir, could I earn a little extra money? Is there something I could do?" And the fellow, feeling sorry for him, finally said, "Here, take this bucket of paint, go around the back and paint the porch." Well, about an hour later, the young man came back. He was splattered in paint. He said, "Sir, I'm done." He said, "But just one thing. That weren't no Porsche. That was a Ferrari." Now, one of your sister institutions, I told that story, and one of the faculty came up afterwards and said, "Dr. Ferrari, that was a great commencement speech." Next, that title, Chancellor. Sounds awfully fancy, but one piece of advice I'll give you graduates today: get a job your mother understands. My mother, when she heard I'd been named Chancellor, was horrified. For you see, in England, a Chancellor is an honorary position. The Vice-Chancellor actually runs the university, and the Queen or Prince Harry or somebody is the Chancellor. So she thought I'd got a job which was an honorary one, wasn't going to pay me anything, and she was going to have to support me the rest of my life. So I had to come up with something to help my mother know what a Chancellor was in America. So I went to my favorite book, the Oxford English Dictionary. If you don't know it, you should love it. It tells you the origins of words. And I looked up Chancellor, and this is absolutely true. I forget the date now, but it was in the 1500s it was first used, I think. And here's the exact definition: a petty official in charge of children, idiots, and lunatics. Nothing's changed. Before I offer those couple of pieces of perhaps frivolous advice, let me say a few words about Georgia Southwestern. As you can see from the robes which I found among the moths and challenged the local dry cleaner, I don't do many of these anymore. When I was invited for this one, I was especially pleased, especially as I'd been involved in your presidential search, which brought Neil and Christy to your community. And I came here first 23 years ago. And when I had a welcome lunch, there were 3 former presidents from this university at that lunch and a former president of the United States, which allowed me to quip, it looks like former presidents are a dime a dozen in America. But he also said something to me that former presidents of universities don't usually stay in the community in which they've been president, and that you had 2 or 3 who were actually still living here, said there was something special about this place. And over the years, I learned what it was, and then in my recent revisiting here, I recognize those elements all over again, but this is a special place. It is a public university with actually the feel of an elite private college, and yet it is a beacon of access to a better life for so many in the region and beyond. Would the graduates in here who are the first ones in their families to ever graduate from college just stand a moment? Any of you who were first in your families to graduate? That's what I mean. Especially. That's the reason for these campuses and the purpose behind them, to provide a beacon of access to those in the region and far beyond the region. It is also one of a few universities that can claim it helped educate a President of the United States and a First Lady who continue in their own ways to move the world, and who proved that only in America can you go from peanuts to president. This campus sits at the intersection of a vital reminder of the cruelty of humankind with Andersonville and the generosity of humankind at Habitat for Humanity. It marries the liberal arts and the professions particularly well. And during my recent times interacting with so many faculty and staff here, I concluded that I would love to take a class from a number of your faculty. And I would love to have hired a number of your staff. You have some very special people here, and it makes this a great place. So congratulations to you graduates and your families for having made a very good choice of where to start your college career. I've been to well over 100 campuses in the last 15 years, and I can testify to you that you made a good choice indeed. Now for that obligatory but audacious advice. Why do I say it's audacious? Well, my generation hasn't exactly solved all the world problems. We are still at war. We're still ruining the environment. We still have race inequality. We still have widespread human misery. And sadly, the US soccer team didn't make the World Cup. So our generation has left the next generation a lot of work to do, to use your education to live a life of service. So now I have 3 quick pieces of advice for what they're worth. Number 1, live a life filled with intellectual curiosity. 2 quotes to support that statement. One from my famous author, Anonymous, who said, "Education is what's left after you've forgotten everything you've been taught. It's the habits of mind." I know that's good news to a bunch of you graduates. You might have forgotten a thing or two already, but it's the habits of the mind which are the important things that you have gained from this experience. And Tom Peters, the futurist, said, "Victory in the global economy will go to the perpetually curious." These are the curiosity straits that led that contemporary genius, Lin-Manuel, on vacation to read a book, something too few of us take the time to do now, about a forgotten founding father, and to turn that into a hip-hop rapping musical called Hamilton. So we have a little rule at our house about not using electronics at mealtime. With one exception, we allow Google, and we rate our meals by the number of Googles. We're talking about something, we say, "I don't know." Actually, my wife always does know, and I want to Google to make a little point, but perhaps she might be wrong. Unfortunately, Google sometimes leads to a different conclusion, but a 6-dinner Google meal is a very good meal indeed. So perpetual curiosity is something I really would say is an important part of your life. Second, lead a life in what I call the gray zone. In the famous words of that country and western song, there are always more questions than answers. Much as so many politicians and pundits like to view the world and its problems as black and white and quite simple, most of them are not. Struggling to find answers to complex questions is just plain hard work and requires an intense contemplation, which is one of the things I hope your liberal arts education has provided you. In a world of bits and bytes and instant messaging, there is a place for deep and profound thought. Slow down once in a while. Everything's in such a blur. Slow down once in a while. For example, there's this art professor I heard about who, as one of the assignments, has students simply look at one painting for 2 hours. And you can see the uneasiness in the students right away. 2 hours looking at that. And then as the time goes on, they see more and more, understand more and more, perhaps never getting certainty what is in the painting, but they've contemplated and thought deeply. So when you think you have no more questions and that you have all the answers, you've stopped living. So the gray zone can teach us to walk in someone else's shoes, which should lead us also to mutual understanding and a great respect for differences. Third and final, lead a life paying it forward and paying it back. A quote. As you heard, I raise horses, and horse sense is the sense horses have that prevents them from betting on people. There's plenty of room in this world for common sense, for building meaningful personal relationships and valuable networks, and then to give back. At every stage of my career, I was lifted up by mentors and by people willing to take a risk in me. I was so lucky in that regard, and have tried to likewise do the same as my career progressed, especially for women and minorities who were not given as many opportunities as they should have been in higher education. So I was lucky, and I hope that as you go forward in your lives and careers, would you have that opportunity to lift someone up, to move someone forward, and to give back, including to Georgia Southwestern. That's the third commercial you've had today, but that's what you get when you get a president who's been an advancement guy. But it's true. This place has benefited from the generosity of people for so long. And just recently I saw further examples. And so as you have gained your education because of the generosity of others, give back, pay forward, help others get the same. So, number one, a life of intellectual curiosity. Number two, life in the gray zone. Number three, a life paying it forward and giving back. My name is Porch. My message took less than 10 minutes. All is good. And now it's time that you get closer to that magic moment for you and your families, for all your work and sacrifices, your degree. My thanks on your behalf to the faculty and to the staff who helped get you here, and to your families for encouraging and supporting you. But remember, your degree is only the beginning. What counts is what you do with what this ticket represents. For it's the entry to the next phase of that sometimes worrisome, but more often that wondrous adventure of life. Live it to the full, and congratulations.
Good afternoon. I'm Linda Lee Purvis, Interim Vice President for Academic Affairs, and I welcome you all to our fall commencement ceremony. We're delighted to have family and friends here today to celebrate with our graduates this very important milestone in their lives. We want to be sure each graduate receives full recognition for their accomplishments in today's ceremonies. While applause is welcome, out of respect for all of our graduates, their families, and their friends, please refrain from loud cheering, air horns, or other distractions that would cause the name of the next graduate not to be heard by their family and friends. Today, over 330 candidates will receive diplomas for baccalaureate, master's, and specialist degrees, awarded by our 5 colleges and schools, each chaired by an academic dean. It is my pleasure at this time to recognize these deans again, who will be greeting their degree candidates as they come on stage and will assist in the hooding of their master's degree candidates. I introduce to you now Dr. Kelly McCoy, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Elizabeth Wilson, Dean of the College of Business Administration, Dr. Boris Peltzberger, Dean of the School of Computing and Mathematics, Dr. Rachel Abbott, Dean of the School of Education, and Dr. Sandra Daniel, Dean of the School of Nursing. Georgia Southwestern State University provides the specialist degree in early childhood and middle grades education. Will the candidates for this degree please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of Georgia Southwestern State University, I present for the conferring of degrees those candidates standing before us and whose names are in the printed program who have satisfactorily completed all requirements for their degrees.
Thank you. Consistent with the statutes of the state of Georgia, the rules and regulations of the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, the rules and regulations of the University System of Georgia Board of Regents, and by the authority vested in me by the Regents, it is my pleasure to confer on each of you the specialist degree as printed in the program with all the rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities such a degree carries among scholars. In testimony thereof, you may now come forward and receive your degree.
Earning the specialist degree are Ashante Nicole Adside, Christy Weaver Ambrose, Tiandra Latrell Billings, Deborah Ann Bischoff, Blaine Daniels Brook, Shantirian Latoya Butts, Caitlin Conley Carlisle, Kekanyet Dakia Carter, John Van Cato, Yolanda Shanae Coley, Carrie Jo Crosby, Leah Stone Day, Erica Glass Dupree, Brittany Faye Ellis, Catherine Ione Eunice, Mallory Elise Smith Glass, Susan Green Hagen, Erica Shante Hall, Latasha Latrice Harris, Latria Monique Harris, Litla Clolitha Merritt Hayslip, Jennifer Sade Jackson, Yolanda Williams Jackson, Mary Catherine Jennings, Carrie Clay Johnson, Justin Mark Jones, Pamela Elaine Jones, Caitlin Bridges McFarland, Destiny Davia McLeod, Shonetta Rakisha O'Neill, Tiffany Harrison Pafford, Kelly Vickers Paramore. Shaquila Quante Peak. Priscilla Dunn Register. Ashley Lasha Roberts. Holly Thompson Rossi. Cabrisha Nicole Rumpf. Natalia Panyota Sarasiotis. Sarah Harper Spivey. Suzanne Rebecca Strickland. Lauren Elizabeth Stripling. Christy Latrice Tukes. Stephanie Diane White.
Please join me in applause for these specialist graduates and their great achievements. Georgia Southwestern State University provides the following master's degrees: Master of Arts in English, Master of Business Administration, Master of Science in Computer Science, Master of Education, and Master of Science in Nursing. I would like to introduce to you the graduate program chairs who will be assisting the deans in the hooding of our candidates for these master's degrees. The hooding of graduate students signifies advanced scholarly achievements. Prior to receiving their diplomas, each candidate is hooded by the respective program chair and dean. The graduate chairs participating in today's hooding are Dr. Paul Dahlgren, Department of English and Modern Languages, College of Arts and Sciences; Dr. Carol Bishop, School of Business Administration; Dr. Simon Bai, School of Computing and Mathematics; Dr. Cheryl Venable, sitting in for Dr. Chi-Chi Wu, School of Education; and Dr. Bonnie Simmons, School of Nursing. Will the candidates for these degrees please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of Georgia Southwestern State University, I present for the conferring of degrees those candidates standing before us and whose names are in the printed program who have satisfactorily completed all requirements for their degrees.
Thank you. Consistent with the statutes of the state of Georgia, the rules and regulations of the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, the rules and regulations of the University System of Georgia Board of Regents, and by the authority vested in me by the Regents, it is my pleasure to confer on each of you the master's degree as printed in the program with all the rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities such a degree carries among scholars. In testimony thereof, you may now come forward and receive your degree and academic hooding.
Earning the Masters of Business Administration are Brianna Simone Bell. Jonathan Allen Bernardin. Erica Law Hayward. Gabriel Victor Howard. Constance Lee McFadder. Leah Pickle Robinson. Marilyn Rodriguez. Earning the Master of Science in Computer Science are Hupyo Hong. James Corey Lamb. Robert Christopher Smith. Earning the Masters of Education are Rachel Gish Brand, Alexandria Dorothea Byram, Beth Ann Casey, Olivia Nicolette Pope Castillo, Emily Fondren Devane, Stephen Maxwell Godwin, James Dwight Hilton Jr., Melissa West Lackey, Katie Lee Lowry, Megan Marie Lyman, Rachel Brenda Oching, Yonira Zavala Ortiz, Ileana Isabel Perez, Tammy Lorraine Perry Howard, Angeline Marie Phillips. Eddie James Sanders. Amy Dorian Christian Simmons. Kelly Allison Smith. Brittany Sky Tackett. Mackenzie Elise Wagner. Lainey Elizabeth West. Jamie Curls Wiggum. Earning the Master of Science in Nursing is Dawn Pritchard Fuller.
Please join me in applauding these master's graduates and their achievements. We now move to the bachelor's degrees. Georgia Southwestern State University provides the following baccalaureate degrees: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Education, and Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Will the candidates for these degrees please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty of Georgia Southwestern State University, I present for the conferring of degrees those candidates standing before us and whose names are in the printed program who have satisfactorily completed all requirements for their degrees.
Thank you. Consistent with the statutes of the state of Georgia, the rules and regulations of the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, the rules and regulations of the University System of Georgia Board of Regents, and by the authority vested in me by the Regents, it is my pleasure to confer on each of you the baccalaureate degree as printed in the program, with all the rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities such a degree carries among scholars. In testimony thereof, you may now come forward and receive your degree.
From the College of Arts and Sciences, Jordan Marquise Banks. Nyasha Janeka Carter. Catherine Lynn Lay Kaysen. Emily Elizabeth Crenshaw, magna cum laude. Alvin Briggs Crumpton. Janice Melton Dale. Jasmine Tierra Davis. William Barry Ellerby. Latanya Chatrell Gordon. John Edward Gazzardo. April Lee Hall, cum laude. Kendall Reagan Harrod, cum laude. Jarrett Lynn Irwin. Cassandra Brichet Jackson. Eric Allen Jones. Leah Elizabeth Knox. Katie Elizabeth Langford. Damian Dominique Leonard. Jasmine Michelle McCorvey. Abby Michelle Morgans. Lauren Alexis Pafford, cum laude. Ivy James Robertson. Kelsey Eliza Roberts, cum laude. Allison Renee Ross. Gary Donnell Samuel. Martha Marie Savage. Carla Morgan Schlambrecht. Mary Elizabeth Sinnard, magna cum laude. Deborah Phillips Stanfield. Abigail Lynn Stokes, magna cum laude. Allison Rebecca Williams. From the School of Business Administration, Evan David Alderman. Ashley Nicole Allen. Gwendolyn Elise Anderson. Isaac Hurtado Avila. Elizabeth Alasimbo Awabajo. Brennan John Bauschka. Morgan Renee Bell. Karen Elizabeth Bradshaw. Brianna Danielle Chapman. Taylor Brooks Childs. Tierra Lavette Curry. Samantha H. Devane. Julie Doan. Edwidge Dufresne. Ibsen Garcia Edge. Kaylin Lee Edwards. Jessica Nicole Etheridge. Seth Houston Garland, cum laude. Jana Marie Jade Goffrey. Stephanie Lynn Hodges. Marcus Damon Hudson Jr. Evans Innocent. James Everett Jacobson. Christian Emmanuel Joffrey. Centario Von Shea Johnson. Christopher Dwayne Lampley. Angelise Amarius Luna. Ashley Nicole McKinney. Brandon Lee Moore, cum laude. LaShonda Camille Mosley. Tyler Scott Nix. Akash Vishnu Kumar Patel. Caitlin Brianna Peterson. Ashley Lauren Phillips. Vanessa Reyes, cum laude. Emma Calloway Robinson. Caleb Matthew Stone. Andrew Banks Suggs. Mbenge Sumale. Jennifer Lynn Sykes. Allison Gail Taylor, magna cum laude. Christopher James Terry. Dale Rosalind Thompson. Shelby Morgan Walker. Connie V. Webb. Jordan Matthew Weinert. Kyra Shirley White. Shanisi Nicole Williams. Christopher Shane Womack. From the School of Computing and Mathematics, Mason Allen Davis. Madison Kelly Helms, summa cum laude. Wordy Richard Hubbard III. Sabrina Rayshon Jordan. Oscar Ramon Martinez. Braxton Cortez Stewart. Paige Lee Thomas. From the School of Education, Abby Marie Allen, Honor Scholar, summa cum laude. Hubert O.T. Apiakubi. Candace Dawn Barnhill. Kayla Nicole Beck, magna cum laude. Anthony Moore Bennett. Leanne Elaine Butts, summa cum laude. Amber Nicole Campbell, cum laude. Lindsay Nicole Detweiler, magna cum laude. Julie Ann Facenda. Kanisa Cavell Goulsby. Cody Gregory Graham. Callie Catherine Hancock. Kanita Renee Holloway. Kaylin Noel Hopkins. Holly Elizabeth Hunt, magna cum laude. Ricky Alberto Jimenez. Terrence Dwayne King. Demetrius Elijah Lewis. Shabrika L. Lindsay. Rebecca Selfer McDonald. Mary Addison Murkison. Ethan Alexander Money. Kaylee Ann Nelms. Noriana Diamond Saucier. Lori Mackenzie Sawyer. Emily Hannah Smith. Rachel Starr Terhune, summa cum laude. Deshaun Ontario Watson. Haley Delaney West. Anna Rebecca Wilson, cum laude. Mary Beth Wilson, cum laude. Kayla Danielle Womack. Heather Brooke Young. From the School of Nursing, Quinteria Lewis Murray. Joaquin J. Reed. Boyd L. Saunders.
Yeah, let's do it. Congratulations. On behalf of the faculty, the staff, the administration, and all the students and alumni of Georgia Southwestern State University, we say congratulations to all of our graduates today. Would you please stand up? All right, now, from now on, when you take that hat out of the closet and you decide to wear it outside, I expect you to move the tassel from the right to the left and you wear it.
Please stand for the singing of the alma mater and remain standing for the academic recession.